Welcome to the Joelle Marin Show. Today we are live on the red carpet in Los Angeles for a new upcoming show on EWTN called Seeking Beauty.
We're traveling across Italy through Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan, and more.
I like Milanese people. I think I'm going to get used to it here.
This show's an invitation, and it's not like a Bible study. It's not a catechism class. It's an experiential invitation for you to travel and discover.
I want to know, why? How does this represent your culture? What is your culture? What does it stand for? What are its beliefs? Why do these things exist? So with this show, we go deeper.
I think the postmodern era is in desperate need of true beauty, whether it's cuisine or architecture. I just think that's so inspiring.
We are given beauty to see the aspects of God that resonate and are resplendent in the goodness of God.
What a beautiful thing for our lives. The richness that these bring to our humanity are essential, and that's why I think everyone should watch Seeking Beauty.
Peter, what a gift to see you here tonight. And EWTN puts out incredible projects, but what was it about Seeking Beauty that made you want to get involved?
Well, when we did our new EWTN Next initiative, we realized we needed a new content strategy to reach that next generation. And so the generation of those who are seeking, who are maybe even skeptics. And when we received the concept of Seeking Beauty, we said this aligns perfectly with our content strategy. And so show, don't tell, help them be inspired in family viewing. So that's why I'm really excited about this program.
Yeah, can you give us kind of an overview of what Seeking Beauty is and how that leads us to God?
Yeah. So Seeking Beauty is a travel program where David Henrie leads people throughout Italy, and it's a journey with David. It's not David telling you what you're seeing. It's you're going with him as he's seeking, as he's being inspired. The audience also should be inspired. So he goes to 6 different locations throughout Italy. It's beautifully shot, and the locations are really outstanding.
Is there an episode that you were just dying for people to see that's like your favorite?
I think the Florence episode, there's a special event that happens in the midst of that episode. I don't want to give it away, but people should definitely tune into that one.
Okay, so you heard it here. There's something in the Florence episode, so you might have to watch a lot of episodes to get to that one, but it will be worth it. David, you've done so much work, but Seeking Beauty is something really different and so, breathtakingly beautiful. What was it that drew you to this project, and what's the inspiration behind it?
What I liked about this project is they wanted to flip the narrative on its head. So when you think of a documentary or docuseries on beauty, I don't know, for some reason, what comes to mind in my head is like an old guy walking you through a lecture on beauty, and it's not very exciting. Yeah. And they're like, we want to flip it on its head where you have just a normal guy, an accessible host, that sits down with experts and asks curious questions about these works of beauty and why they exist. And I was like, okay, that's me, good, because I'm not an expert. I appreciate culture, I love culture, and I like taking it in, and I'm curious by nature. So it was just a great fit, and beauty, of course. To me, what I love about travel shows is how you get to see the locations, you get to have fun. But a lot of times in the travel shows, I want to go deeper. I want to know, why? How does this represent your culture? What is your culture? What does it stand for? What are its beliefs? Why do these things exist? So with this show, we go deeper. And I was we go there, because that's how I think. And it worked out great. Thanks be to God, it worked out great. Yeah, so for many reasons I wanted to do it.
David, we get to see the final product, but as an executive producer, there was a lot that went behind the scenes. What are some challenges that you faced where you saw the hand of God come through?
First off, to be able to pull any project together is a miracle, right? There's casting, there's the concept itself, there's pulling things together, there's locations, and there's funding, and so many projects just wait because funding it's really hard to get it. So first, to get EWTN to have the kind of vision to make the investment into this project is the first miracle, right? But ultimately, you got to put a full team together. And that team with Andrew Hyatt as a director, accomplished and accredited director. I love his work on the film Paul Apostle for Christ. He had a recent film, Sight, that came out with Angel Studios. Andrew is incredible. To pair Andrew with David Henrie, and then to have Edmundo Reyes come in and kind of shepherd the whole thing, that in and of itself is a dynamic that happens way, way, way ahead of time. Yeah. And it's orchestrated in a way that I think has created Seeking Beauty. And so that team That team has really been incredible.
Yeah, so basically God provides and puts all the people in pieces together, right?
Every single time, right? So he's going to use everything that you have, he'll use to, if you let him, he'll use to actually bring about his will. And so my experience in this project was I had a 20-year relationship with David Henrie. I had just done a movie as the producer with Andrew Hyatt, and I hired Andrew to work on my film. I had a premiere of my film that was at the Heartland Film Festival, and I brought them together. And then Edmundo Reyes, I knew Edmundo before I was married, and that was 25 years ago. So to bring all of them together, and we were just celebrating together, and then this idea came up, and that's where all this stuff starts to happen, and it really comes together.
Okay, well, we are here with Lila Rose. I just want to say divine providence is coming to mind because I was just on the Lila Rose show, and now Lila's on the Joelle Marin show. So this is so exciting. And Lila, this is a really big TV series for a lot of reasons. What brought you out here tonight to support it? And what is the importance of seeking true beauty?
Yeah. I'm very excited for what EWTN is building and extremely proud of David and his family for what they've created here. I think the postmodern era is in desperate need of true beauty and tracing the roots of beauty, especially when it has to do with our faith and sacred art and music, and whether it's cuisine or architecture. I just think that's so inspiring. People need to see it, and it's going to be so much fun with David hosting. So I cannot wait. Everyone's going to love it.
And what do you think are some things we could do to become more beautiful in Christ?
I mean, the ultimate beauty is God. And so I think a loving heart always shines through. If your heart is full of love, it will come out in your face. Obviously, a smile. Mother Teresa says that joy is a net by which you catch souls. And so letting that joy come out through your eyes and your smile to draw other people in, not to for your own purposes, but ultimately for the purpose of love, I think is what's human interaction all about. So, yeah.
I've never heard of that before. Yeah, joy is a net. Joy is a net by which to catch souls. And then joy is also the infallible sign of the Holy Spirit. So that what's more beautiful than that? It's God in you. What are you hoping that people take away after watching this series?
I hope that they're just inspired to be grateful for the richness of the heritage that is our faith and the beauty that surrounds it in every part of human life, and that all parts of human life, whether you're eating food or you're looking at a beautiful church, all of it is designed for our flourishing and for glory to God. And for, all of it is designed for our flourishing and for glory to God.
What if beauty was something more than we see? What if it was something we seek? I'm David Henrie. We're traveling across Italy, exploring the people,
Well, I think I'm going to get used to it here.
the culture,
This is such a full circle moment for me.
and the sacred art to uncover the beauty that's been speaking to hearts for centuries.
Michelangelo has found the Lord at the end of his life.
It makes me emotional.
Along the way, I've met monks, musicians, artists, even a few fellow pilgrims.
Viva España!
And each one has helped me uncover deeper meaning.
Trying to understand the mind of Caravaggio. I get fired up about this stuff, man.
Because beauty isn't just decoration. It's the language of the soul. Come, join me to see how timeless beauty still speaks to us today and how it just might change the way we see everything.
Archbishop Gomez, what an honor to have you here with us at this special event. I would like to start with the title of the series, Seeking Beauty. And what do you feel that means, in relation to the Lord and our church?
Well, I think it reminds us that that was the plan of God for creation, and especially for the human person, striving for encounter the beauty of God's love for us. So I think it's very special, and I think will help a lot of people to understand the real meaning of our life.
What are you hoping that after people see this, that they maybe change in their life or do or see to seek beauty in Christ?
Well, especially see the beauty of creation and the beauty for the human person. Because I think sometimes we see that there are differences of opinion or difference of thinking or doing things in society. And when we understand that we all participate in that beautiful plan of God for us, that will help us to be more united and love one another.
Yes, and I specifically loved an episode with the Benedictine monks and their devotion to prayer. Do you feel that prayer makes us more beautiful?
Oh, absolutely. I think personally in my life and also in the life of the people that I minister to, once that we understand that we can talk to God and listen to God, then that's prayer. So that's when our life is more peaceful, and we really understand how beautiful it is to share that with the people around us.
This Seeking Beauty TV series is something new for EWTN and something exciting. Can you share, what really encouraged you to want to be a part of this and bring it to the masses?
Sure. Well, as we launched this new EWTN Next initiative, really looking at how do we bring content to new audiences in new ways, this project really kind of spoke to me, I think spoke to a lot of us at EWTN to say, we live in a day and an age that can be very ugly, and that is very often devoid of beauty. And I think all of us need a reminder that, there is so much beauty around us, that we are surrounded by beauty. We're surrounded by all of the beauty that God has created for us in our world, but we just need to look for that. We need to focus on that and be aware that it's there and draw inspiration, draw hope. Draw our own ability to grow closer to God through that. And so I think it's been so important to us to have this particular series be really the first series released through the EWTN Studios platform, and for that to really be kind of a flagship series for us as we go forward.
Yeah, and like you said, I think in the culture, beauty has been distorted so much. So what are some of the scenes in the series that lead the heart to the beauty leading us to God, ultimately?
Sure. Well, I think there are many, many moments where David is, perhaps in St. Peter's, for example, taking us through, and you're looking at, Michelangelo's great works, or, so many of the other places that he visits throughout this, where these masters, these, centuries old works that have been inspiring people for hundreds and hundreds of years, but also that beauty in the simplest things of whether it's the line drawing or in the beauty of food and culture and music and all of these things that are just a part of our world. And so there's so much depth to this, and I'm really excited to see how people react to that.
What are you hoping that people get after they watch it? What are you hoping they experience internally?
I hope they start believing in beauty again, because we live in a world that is ugly sometimes. A lot of times we see a lot of bad things happening. We see a lot of ugly things happening. So this show celebrates beauty, not just the beauty that you have outside of you, like the art, of course, the beautiful museums and paintings and cathedral, but the art inside of us, the beauty inside of us. I always say that God looks at us as pieces of art. He thinks we are so beautiful. So my hope for this is that people start getting educated to beauty again, and they start feeling that they're beautiful as well.
Yeah, we are masterpieces. God is the master piecer that puts us together. We're formed and knitted in the womb. And the world does twist what beauty is a lot of times. Was there any favorite moments that you had on set where you felt God touch your heart or his presence with you?
Well, you always have challenges in the productions, and the way you overcome those challenges really tells you if you're working for God or for yourself. And we were very blessed in both season 1 and 2, because no matter the challenges, we were blessed with so many little small miracles, because on production you see miracles every day. Like there's a problem there, the problem there, the problem there, and then God solved all of those problems. And you have to put your spirit out there. Of course, you have to sacrifice for the production as team, as individuals. But if you do that for God and not for yourself, God rewards you. And so we saw small, continuous miracles happening every single day.
So, Deacon, this is just an incredible series. I was in the LA scene for many, many years, and I didn't realize that you can use TV and, film to bring people to God and to evangelize in this way. What drew you to this project, and how does this show raise people to what true beauty really is?
What I like about this project specifically is the fact that it meets people where they are and draws them in through an invitation into a deeper understanding of the transcendent through the lens of beauty. No matter who you are, whether you're just seeking, that's why we call it, seeking beauty, right? You're just starting to seek, or you're well advanced in your spiritual walk. This shows an invitation, and it's not like a Bible study. It's not a catechism class. It's an experiential invitation for you to travel and discover how beauty can lead you more to the divine. And I love that idea because when I zoom out and I look at like really all of entertainment, I see a lot of stuff that is just general entertainment, which has nothing to do with God. And I see a lot of stuff at the end of the funnel that's all about like, here's the Bible verse and here's whatever. Both of those things are fine. What I see a lot less of is the kind of content that uses, things, for lack of a better word, like lifestyle to help draw people into an experience of the faith. So that's why.
Yeah, and it's very natural, the back and forth, and the inquisitive nature that David Henrie has to draw people into the mystery. We are seeking. I think we're always seeking beauty because we're always seeking a deeper, closer relationship with the Lord. Do you have a favorite episode that you were just dying for people to see?
It's like kind of picking children, you know what I mean? I love like Subiaco because it was very focused on silence and monasticism. I love Florence as well. Some of obviously just the beauty of Florence, but the conversations that David had that were really authentic and genuine with people that he was meeting along the way. I mean, Milan, the Vatican. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick, but if you forced me, I'd probably say Florence.
Along the way, I've met monks, musicians, artists. I get fired up about this stuff, man. What role do you think the artist has to play today?
Even a few fellow pilgrims.
Viva España!
Yeah! And each one has helped me uncover deeper meaning.
I'm trying to understand the mind of Caravaggio. This is such a full circle moment for me.
Because beauty isn't just decoration. It's the language of the soul. Come, join me to see how timeless beauty still speaks to us today, and how it just might change the way we see everything.
This is a holy moment. We are here with an auxiliary bishop and Father Larry, who are both Franciscans. And if there's one thing that Franciscans know, it's about true beauty. So I would like to just talk about how do we find God and seeking beauty, even as a Franciscan. What does that title, Seeking Beauty, mean to you?
Thank you, Joel. I'm honored to be here with Bishop Matt. But intrinsically in our Franciscan spirituality, according to St. Bonaventure, beauty is what converts us to God. So we are given beauty to see the aspects of God that resonate and respond in the goodness of God. So beauty is very essential in our understanding of our Franciscan calling, to see beauty, to recognize beauty, to affirm beauty. So this movie really fits in very, very much in our Franciscan tradition and spirituality.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. What does seeking beauty mean to you?
I'd go to St. Augustine, who said, beauty ever ancient, ever new. And it's that beauty of the sacred, which is ultimately in our souls, by which we were created in God's image and likeness, that as we get in touch with that and appreciate that within our own being, we in turn naturally see that in the world that we experience. It's augmented by the song and the food and architecture and those aspects that draw us, but it's drawing what is already within us. And the more we recognize that within us, the more we recognize the fact that God resides in our very being and gives us a chance to share him with others.
So would you say that we're seeking beauty, and seeking beauty is seeking God?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm so excited to see you tonight. I bet you feel excited about being here. Once you work so hard on a project, what is it like once it's ready to go live?
Oh my goodness, this is like the best teamwork, right? Production and seeing a show coming to life. This is great. It's the work and the prayers of many people, and we're so excited to be here. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. And so how did you get involved as an executive producer on this project?
So as an executive producer and the producer, I'm part of creating the show and bringing this idea to life. So about maybe 4.5 years ago, we started with this idea of what would happen if we can bring to people that experience of encountering beauty in this pilgrimage, in this travel show, but beyond a travel show, a show of wonder and beauty and excitement. So we're very, very excited to be here.
So it took 4 years to get this going?
Yeah, so about 4 years from beginning to end, and it's just so beautiful to see it here today.
I really strongly believe you're the wife of David Henrie, the host of this show. I believe it's the woman behind the man that makes the man. I'm just saying.
I try my best. He did say, should I do this show? And I said, absolutely. So you're welcome, everybody. Just kidding.
And what does the prayer life behind that look like for your family as a prayer warrior for everything, that comes against trying to do God's work?
Totally. That's something that we take very seriously. We talk about it at least every Sunday when David and I have our family meetings, like for ourselves and for the kids. Prayer life is number one. Like, we notice that if our prayer life falters, everything else kind of falls apart. So we both have our non-negotiables. Like, we do at least 15 minutes of meditation. We do our spiritual reading, like daily rosaries of family. So we have our things that we have to do. We were even talking about it yesterday. Like, do we need to tweak anything? And we really are good at holding each other accountable. And that's something that we work on just as a married couple. So it's number one. And I feel like we can all kind of see that in our own lives. Like, when our prayer life falters, it's something that we should all think about. Like, how are we doing just generally? And if the answer is not great, well, you should ask how your prayer life is doing. And very often, not always, but very often, it kind of correlates. And we've noticed that in our life. So it's something that we take really seriously, especially his industry is a little crazy. Okay. So if you don't have a prayer life, you better watch yourself, So he takes it very seriously, just as the head of our household. And I know that, our kids look to us for an example. So we both have to, take it seriously in our own way, and we hold each other accountable, which is great.
You focus on seeking true beauty and helping lead people, even with your own evangelization. What brought you out here tonight to support this incredible TV series?
I've known David Henrie for a while. What a wonderful spirit he has, not only for the Catholic faith, but for infusing truth, goodness, and beauty into media in any capacity that he can. I'm so excited to see him in Seeking Beauty highlighting the richness and the depth of just the faith, of culture, for him to highlight, right, with his personality and the joy that he has for his faith and for the pursuit of goodness, truth, and beauty. To see that highlighted in this series is going to be so wonderful for so many people.
Yes, and if you could say anything to our audience of why they need to see this, what would you say?
I would say, especially in a digital culture with AI, right? That's a whole nother conversation for another day. With all of that infusing our lives, to go back, to distill everything down, to see what David is seeing with these cathedrals that were built stone by stone at a time where it probably felt impossible to people, to see the art, to see humanity highlighted in art, in architecture, in food. What a beautiful thing for our lives. The richness that these bring to our humanity are essential, and that's why I think everyone should watch Seeking Beauty.
Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait for you to see this incredible TV series on EWTN, Seeking Beauty, because we are all hungering for something more meaningful in life, and it all, true art, true beauty, points to God. See you real soon. God bless you.